Hello everyone and welcome to another Go Toys Go video. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. Instead of talking about a new toy that we're just opening up, we're going to actually talk about some toys that we've had for a while and have run through the ringer. You know, when you open a new toy, all you can really do is see how it looks and how it's posable, but...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I got Donatello on the table, and Leonardo on the table, Raphael on the table, and Nickelodeon on the table.
that is right. We have all of the Ninja Turtles, and we're going to actually talk about some of the things that have happened since we've had them and since we've been playing with them. So the first thing I do want to talk about, I'm showing the Raphael figure because I think he's the most detailed of the series. You can see how awesome they look. They are fully posable. They do stand really well, which...
Yeah.
That's some of my pet peeves on the toy. I hate when they don't stand well. I hate when they're not real posable. But one of the reasons also I bring up Raphael is I will say we have had an issue, and I'm being a little bit careful with him because his head likes to pop off. The other major injury we've had with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line is the Leonardo. We actually cannot keep the tassels off the back of his headband on, and you'll see we've actually had two in rotation, and it is broken off of both of those. And you can actually see the one on the left's even a little bit newer, and we also broke off the back piece there that holds his sword. So Leonardo just kind of, I don't know, he takes the worst abuse of the group. Now the Donatello, we haven't had any problems with the Donatello at all. The reason that I bring the Donatello up is because he is of a different line. He is in the Battle Shell Turtles. He is the one with the open back piece. Now I took all the accessories and stuff out of there, so the cleanup would be a little bit easier after the video, but that's where you're supposed to hold all the little pieces and parts that come with it. But the Turtles are a really good line. Those are just a couple of the small issues we've had. But one of the things I want to talk about today is giving the Turtles something to ride on. Now, some of these sets have been really cool. Now, I'm looking at the Patrol Buggy set. This one is particularly for Raphael. Each of the Turtles do have their own. And you can see here Raphael's is a small, almost go-kart looking buggy. And it's very comparable to the Leonardo one. Both of those have really small tires. They have a little missile that attaches to the front. The seats are color-coded to which turtle they're supposed to come with. But then, in contrast, we have Michelangelo's, which you can see has a big, scary-looking scoop on the front, big mudder tires on the back, a little bit more solid figure. And the Donatello buggy is just the same. Now, one of the first problems is, you can kind of see with there, where the tires on one side of each of those buggies is studded in a way that makes it kind of rough to drive these guys on hard surfaces. Like we have this on the table right now, and it's a very bumpy ride, huh, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very bumpy ride. But one of the cool features is these big cannons. Now we have Rocksteady standing here. He's threatening to shut down our video, and with a push of a button, Rocksteady is taken care of. That is the Michelangelo buggy. Like I said, the Donatello buggy is very similar. He's got a big scary piece on the front, and with a push of the button, Bebop is taken care of as well. So that is a really cool feature to these. Individually, the Michelangelo and Donatello only have them.
Yeah.
You can see that the Raphael missile on the front is not nearly as effective, and we've always had trouble with Leonardo's. Leonardo's missile on the front does not work well. We can barely keep it latched in half the time. But the real feature to these is if you have all four of these, you can live some of your Voltron dreams by connecting this entire thing together to make one giant patrol buggy. Now, I'm going to say right away, when you do have all these attached, it is very hard to maneuver and steer this. The only thing that really holds these guys together, so to speak, is those big studded tires on the back side of this and a small piece of plastic between the Michelangelo and Donatello buggies. And that's all that's really holding those together. You can even see as I'm turning it around how the front two buggies sway apart from one another. But another kind of bad feature is you're stuck with the poor Leonardo and Raphael missile feature on the front. So usually when those don't work, you just have to resort to shooting them off of there anyway and bringing back the original scoops in the first place. So I'll be honest, I was a little disappointed. I thought they would be a little bit better. They make for a nice display piece, but if you're not buying them all, a smarter buy might be something like this grass kicker. It's still a one character vehicle. This one actually has a little peg on the back so one of the other turtles can ride along, and it has a small little weapons feature. But the reason I prefer it is it's actually just a little bit higher quality build than the others. It will show off it has these little things, and every once in a while the little discs do get jammed, don't fire out of there real nice. No matter what you do, you can keep trying, but it won't. See if I can get this thing fixed here in a second. Here we go. This is how it's supposed to work, to shoot out the little discs when you hit the plunger in the back. It's not terribly devastating, but if you use your imagination, this vehicle will be just as devastating with the big mower deck on the front. This is a much better way of taking out the bad guys, I guess, with the old grass kicker. And there you go. Shoot the last of your discs at Bebop's face there. So in the end, I like these as long as you're planning on getting them all. They fit together really nice, make for a nice big display. But if you're just buying one, I would say go with something like the grass kicker.
And thank you for watching all my shows.
That's right. Thank you all. And if you have any comments, leave them below. And please subscribe and like our videos so we can keep on making more. And thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.